So it must be a dream of yours, possibly, to be able to act in one of those books if it ever comes to the screen.
Well, actually, it's around a group of cats, so I would be pretty excited if I were be able to voice act one of them.
Well, that's great to hear as well. I mean, to be able to, like I said, to have a bunch of projects like that going on, with the two movies and and a lot of the TV that you've gone onto as well. You were actually on a show that I like called Glow on Amazon on Netflix. What was it like being on the set of Glow and to be able to watch the actors and all that as well?
When I was on Glow, I thought that everything was amazing because Glow is such a good show on Netflix, and I've actually watched some of the episodes before with my mom. When I was on the set, I honestly felt that I was in the middle of a real wrestling match. And it was just so fun to be able to have the opportunity to act on something like that. I was just so excited.
To be able to meet some of these actresses and to really see these strong independent women on the show, what did that mean to you?
To me, that meant that women should be able to have other opportunities that men have. I think that Glow is a very strong show that represents feminism.
Yeah, and like I said, you work with many great actresses on there as well. Did you learn a lot from those actresses?
Yes, I think that I did learn a lot from those actresses. I even made friends with some of them.
Like I said, you've worked on so many great movies, that as well, and to be able to work with a lot of different actors as well. I mean, does that keep you kind of motivated to want to pursue this a lot more when you get a little bit older?
I have multiple motivations for my acting, but yes, that is one of them. I really love acting in movies with other people, and I think that it's such a fun time to be able to meet other actors that are in the same thing that I am.
Well, speaking of which, your sister is also an actress, and how has it been to have her as an actress as well, and kind of, you two bounce ideas against each other and support each other as actresses?
Well, with my sister and me in acting, I've always supported her, and she's always supported me. We're actually in a web series together called Charlie Tries.
Yeah, and how was it working with your sister on that?
Working on Charlie Tries, it was really fun because I got to be able to work with family, and I was able, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It was really fun because I was able to work with my family on it, and that's pretty cool.
Do you excuse me. Do you and having your sister there to be able to run lines against as well? I mean, that's got to be a lot of fun, and you guys could can sit in a room and kind of have a little bit of fun, and looking at your characters as well. I mean, how was that for you and your sister to kind of work together and in private and kind of just like read the scripts together and just have fun?
Well, actually, Charlie Tries was completely improv, so we just did it from the get-go, and there are no scripts.
So you with that in mind, I mean, just knowing, having lived with your sister, knowing what she's possibly thinking and probably doing, did that help you out a lot on the set?
Yes, it did, because I was able to really connect to her in my acting.
You have some really good hobbies, including chess as well and science as well. I mean, any certain aspect of science that you particularly are a fan of?
I really like reading about biology because I am actually aspiring to become a veterinarian when I'm older.
Do you watch any veterinarian shows?
I actually do watch Animal Planet a lot, and they do have a lot of veterinarians on there.
Yeah, my personal favorite is Dr. K. I don't know about you.
I really like My Cat from Hell, which isn't really a veterinary show, but I think that all the cats on there are really cute, and it's really, really interesting to see what changes they go through when they're put through training.
Yeah, it's very similar to acting and all that as well. I mean, they're feisty and rambunctious, and then once they learn a few things, then they become really nice cats, and they transform it themselves into something that's better or all that as well. So I mean, it's great to be able to see that transformation. And you have a dog. Tell me a little bit about your dog.
So my dog's name is Bella, and she's a black dachshund, and she is the feistiest thing ever. She'll just bark at everything if she doesn't get her way, and whenever she wants attention, she's going to get it when she wants it.
So your dachshund's a little bit of a diva, huh?
Yeah, she is. Her name is Bella.
Yeah, I mean, with the name Bella, that is kind of a diva's name too.
Yeah.
Besides acting, I mean, do you enjoy singing or dancing or performing any other way?
I do actually sing, and I enjoy singing because it's really fun because I'm able to express myself.
Is there any certain music that you like, country, or hip hop or pop music or anything like that?
I really like pop music. What's your favorite?
I'm across the board. I mean, I like a little bit of everything. I loved hip hop when I was younger. I grew into country when I was in my 20s, and nowadays, I mean, I listen to a little bit of everything. I don't know about you, but I listen to some of the older stuff and things that. So stuff that was before my time. The beauty about being in Vegas is to be able to have the ability to listen to different concerts. Christina Aguilera is playing at one place while Willie Nelson is playing down the street, and Boyz II Men are playing at another place. It's amazing to be able to see that as well. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of excited being here in Vegas just to be able to listen to stuff like that as well. I mean, do you go to concerts at all?
I've never been to a concert before.
Yeah, you'll have to, do at some point, and find somebody you like to go and see it, it'd be interesting. It's always an interesting experience, especially that first concert that you go to. Mine was really weird. I went to my brother took me to an REO Speedwagon, I believe was it, and that's a very old group in the 80s. To be able to go see a concert, and to be able to see the fans and how they react, that's just a whole nother experience. So I hope you get to see a concert sometime soon, and to be able to feel the rest of the audience. It's really hard to kind of describe the experience, but it is something worthwhile. So you'll have to tell me at some point how it is to go to your first concert. So hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later.
Now that you've told me about it, now I really want to go to one.
Yeah, you have to figure out a really cool artist to go to, I went to see Boyz II Men. Boyz II Men is really, really good. And Weird Al, strangely enough, Weird Al Yankovic is a really good show to go to. I thought it was one of my top favorite shows to ever go to. So, yeah, you'll have to get your mom and your sister to go to a cool little concert if there's something really cool nearby.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Anything else going on with you in terms of projects?
Well, I do have my Charlie Tries, and I do have more auditions, which means more projects coming soon.
Well, that's great to hear, and I can mention that the movies should be out. Itsy Bitsy and Mary are currently out on VOD and HD. You guys can check that out. Obviously, being Halloween, you guys can check out those films as well, and you can check some of her other roles. Her guest role on Glow on Netflix, and some other roles on streaming services as well. At ChloePerrin.USA on Instagram as well. Anything else you want to add, Chloe?
Yes, I do have one question.
Yes.
The title of the show is Somewhere in Vegas, and I'd like to know, where is that in Vegas?
Well, it depends, I do live interviews sometimes in other parts of the city. I have a physical studio, so somewhere always changes. And that's why it's called Somewhere in Vegas, because it sometimes always changes. Sometimes I'm live, like I'm going to be live coming up this Friday at a charity event called Victoria's Voice, which I'll be live on the red carpet doing interviews with some really cool celebrities. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, the somewhere is, like I said, it's always something happening somewhere in Vegas, pretty much.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah, and like I said, I really look forward to watching some of your films and some of your TV shows as well. And I kind of wish you the best of luck coming into the new year, and I really can't wait to see some of the new projects that you got going.
Thank you.
Okay, well, great talking to you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Remember, you can check our archives over at Spreaker.com/somewhereinvegas. And you guys can, of course, subscribe to us on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and whatever podcast you can imagine. You guys can also check us out by just asking for Somewhere in Vegas on Alexa. You guys can also check us out on social media on Facebook, Somewhere in Vegas, and our new Instagram at SWIV Podcast. That's at SWIV Podcast. We were just live at the Victoria's Voice Media Lunch, and we have some photos and videos already posted. And we can also, guys, can go show us on Twitter at SWIV on Twitter as well. We'll be back on Monday with a couple cool guests. So we will have an announcement during the weekend. And we'll be continuing to do these 2-weekers. Probably going to have a rest day on Thanksgiving. But we're going to try to push the rest of the year to have 2 episodes a week. And we got a lot of great guests already lined up. So we'll be talking to you guys on Monday here on Somewhere in Vegas.